Leonardo sounds like the dumbest way to pronounce that. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't know Max was playing April. Interesting.
I wasn't sure who was going to go, but he's been coming off a lot of good results lately. And he was seeded top 16 at this event, so no slouch at all. He's here to take it all the way. But Dimension 2 has been getting further and further through this.
I mean, Max won it wasn't like streamed, it wasn't like a super...
Was it Port Priority or a different event?
Port Priority,
okay.
Yep. Max won the Port Priority NASB bracket. And has really been putting in a lot of work, a lot of labbing. This is not all talk. And also, I mean, we've been talking about some of the typical top tiers, you know, your Turtles, your Angs, but a lot of people are talking now about how April might be way better than we realized. It's just...
I think she might. I think she might be the top
totally
tier, too.
agree. I totally agree. Oh, barely misses that.
Like, she's already good. Like, her recovery is probably, like, the only semi-lackluster part, but then when she starts to mix in, like, really good use of, like, charging up your ratings to get, like, kill moves that kill at absurdly low percents, like, with the mobility she has, such a great character on paper.
Yep. Or even though, like, I'm just going to recover high and drop cameras on you. I mean, like, she requires more setup and more, like, she has way more character-specific things that you have to do to make it work.
You would never think a character like Zero Suit Samus has, like, Pac-Man Fire Hydrant, but here we are. It created a hell of a character. So Dimension is keeping in this game, actually doing pretty well. I got the stocks mixed up for a moment, but he's up by a whole stock right now.
And April's one of the only characters that has some like disjoint that can actually rival Leo.
Yes.
With the boom arm and a couple.
Beautiful jump cancel out into every hit of the forward air.
Very smart.
Not to mention getting the ratings for this stock. We're at the full charge up, it looks like.
I don't think we've explained how ratings work to the folks at home.
Sure. So anytime you have like a camera flash or kind of move hit the opponent, whether it be like your forward air or the camera with the light that it shoots out, you charge up the stars around your microphone there. And if there's 3 different levels to it, if you have the pink or purple, I guess, colors here, it's strong. You get a new, like, your move is powered up, and then you basically have like a Falcon Punch kind of situation.
So it empowers one of your next moves.
Yes.
Yep. Specifically the one where she throws the microphone in your face.
Yes. Ooh, bringing it back too. Looking a little closer. Dimension was taking the game with a pretty early, like over a full stock lead, and then
I mean, Max is showing why he was so confident. Yeah, it is not just Twitter fingers. It is in game. It is really showing like no. I'm serious about this.
Yeah,
I really will do well.
He's proving it well, and this is winners quarters right now.
Yep. I heard a couple of people saying that after playing him, they think Max is going to make top 8. So
top 8 winner side too. He's currently slated for it. I know he was seeded to get top 16 and loser. Or I believe so. Or this could just be winners quarters of this pool specifically, because if we're still in. We're not in top 16 territory yet.
No, we're not.
Okay.
So top 64 was split into 2 different pools, and so we would be looking at winners quarters of this pool specifically.
Correct.
If I'm understanding how brackets work.
Yeah, the winner of this would move on to the winners winning it.
Yeah. The problem is Max is also supposed to commentate top 16.
Because originally he was supposed to commentate, I think, the other side of top 64, but the switch happened by accident. But we got it all figured out, which is good because look at this gameplay we're getting. Like, it's great to see how far he's getting right now, and he's up again this stock.
Yep, and we've seen a lot of Dimension, a lot of the Leo, but I saw some Aprils and Pools. I think it's the first time I'm seeing an April in top 64, so it is really fun to watch.
We got to see a bit of Mars at SmashCon getting 5th with, like, it's funny because, like, working with him at the time, it's like he wasn't playing too much of this game, and he comes out with, like, top 5.
Turns out Mars is just good at video games.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Despite how awful trash his characters are in the games he plays, he's still really good at it. Add that to the list of Twitter gaslighting or Twitch gaslighting.
I feel like we need to be a little bit more careful considering this is the, second in-person tournament for it ever.
If we get to influence the meta, that's kind of cool.
We just got to influence the people to follow us on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah. If we just make sure that they know it's part of the bit, we're okay, we're safe. And that means we can protect any kind of misknowledge we might have.
Right.
Perfect
great parry. Great parry. Trying to use that, like I said, that boom arm is one of the only things that can really rival Leo in that disjoint. But it's that angle was dirty.
It was really good. And even like the fact that like she has this kind of disjoint that can rival it, I would say probably overall that like April's a faster character. So you have the speed that's better. You don't have as many moves that can outrange, but you have the 1 or 2 key ones. And then being able to spike like that, great pickup there by Max to tie it up last stock.
That down air is so good. One of the best moves in the game, honestly. You can just dance on your opponent for a while. It's phenomenal.
And doing it out of your up B too, or anything like that. You have a lot of different movement options. Like, it's cool.
Oh, they both went for it. They both went for it. And Max is dead. So April's balloon, her up special, is momentum based. It does not immediately stop you and send you up. And so if you're stalling or you jump into it, you're going to have a lot of momentum. And so you're going to go high. If you're going down, that means that often it just cancels your downward momentum but doesn't give you more lift.
They changed a little bit of that because a lot of the uppies in the entire game were like incredibly momentum based, but that one still is to an extent, yes. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't know about this until I saw some of the matches today, but it seems to be somewhat gas-based too. Like you can only use so much of it even if you get hit out of it. So if you think almost like a Rob kind of uppie.
Right, I assume that's what you meant by gas. Yeah. You only have like so much.
Like a villager balloon also kind of situation where it's like, we saw earlier.
It's a lot still, but one of the best ways, because a lot of people do struggle with edge guarding April. And a lot of it is like, you just got to be trusting. You just got to trust that you can go out and spot that balloon and make her go further away, make her have to really work for it, because you can just hit him.
You don't have to hit the long charging up moves to like land a full kill. You can just do the small little spots, do it like 2 or 3 times, grab the ledge, you're fine.
Yep. It's funny that this is a game where you have to be reminded, like, sometimes grabbing the ledge, best thing you could do.
It's weird sometimes, like, trying to remember, because, like, it's, like, I feel like every new game, it's like, oh, yeah, you can't grab the ledge, whatever, but...
Or there are no ledges, or it's ledge jumping, or it's whatever, and it's like, no, we can just grab ledge.
All of our different competitive games at this point is, like, have completely different ledge mechanics. It's very interesting. I like the Rivals reference you threw in there, too.
Yeah.
Or we don't even have a ledge.
Every character's got a wall jump.
Good.
That's exactly what I was saying. You just jumped out. Saves the jump!
Wait.
Oh my god.
I always forget how, like, I know you can use aerials and stuff out of the uppie, but you can do all the stuff you save for, which is amazing resource usage there by Max. Good DI there out of the throw, staying safe. Oh, just barely dies. That was such a good positional advantage that Dimension kept the entire time with the threat of off stage like that.
Dimension is saying, don't count me out. You've been talking about Max, but I'm still here.
If we don't get to see any more ratings soon, this is going to keep going in Dimension's favor, in my opinion, because we got last stock here, but Dimension's been solidly up just a little bit this entire game so far. There's that range you're talking about again, but when you're perfect shooting at that range, ain't going to help as much.
Okay, swinging. Sometimes you just gotta swing the swords.
Put it out there, control the space, especially on this stage.
Right over that dash attack. That's gonna be it. Yep, you just jump over the balloon and swat.
Perfect. It doesn't have the active hitbox, you can area out of it, but if you're at a point where the April can't afford to cancel the up B, throw out the move. Finish it.
Select your Oblina.
Ooh. Oblina?
I can see it.
Okay.
Leonardo.
All right. Feels like Dimension really started to get the number, figure out the recovery. I know Max has more than just the April, so this is not a desperation pick. This is like, all right, I can still do it.
Are we going back to Armada, it looks like? I think.
I did not see.
We are. I think this is an interesting pick for Max with Oblina. I think a more horizontal stage is nice for Oblina, but we got to see how Dimension worked on this stage, so, I mean, obviously he knows something that's going on right now, but it's like, then again, you can also use the projectiles to kind of cover that space, hide underneath the platform really well, which you can't do on like harmonic convergence and stuff. Now, while April could use her own range to contest the range of Leonardo, it's like instead, Oblina has the stage hazards, the projectiles and stuff, anything that can get through a sword because you don't put your body in the way.
Yeah, well, and also April's disjoint is like, I got this one move that does it.
Yeah.
Leo's got all of them.
Yep. Where Oblina, sometimes, even if you don't have the disjoint or projectile out, you're just so small, you're harder to hit.
You're so small, and you've got speed, one of the fastest characters in the game. That being said, it's very light. I love that use of the air dash down, just grab that ledge.
Same.
As long as you land, you get that resource back.
He's having trouble getting away from this ledge. Oh, not able to make it back into safety from that, and Dimension does an amazingly great job of just swat, 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 swat. Anything to get rid of those resources, more percent, get him out there.
Yup. It's like, all right, you double jumped. All right, now you used your air dash. All right, now, finally, you're dead. Yep.
All right, I like the position that Max has right now, controlling middle stage. However, Dimension takes it back, getting Max a little bit more towards the ledge. Max takes it back, though. But with this tri-flat layout, we're not seeing too much usage of, like, projectiles and stuff. It's like what I was worried about, because I think that's one of the big key facts that, like, Oblina has over Leo. But, like, otherwise, like, the physical game Max is doing is, like, so on point. It's great.
Yeah. But it's not
still
keeping up.
Oh, the range is still tough, though.
I think Dimension just got a very solid game plan, and as Max is looking at the character swap to get that recovery, the problem is it's just working again. Like, there wasn't a huge game plan swap. Dimension just playing very solid.
Yep.
Very smart, just really methodical gameplay of, like, I'm not doing any amazing, crazy combos, other than some of the down air strings. It's just like, all right, I can systematically take rid of all of your resources and just slowly cripple your recovery system.
Like, I see why Max changed, but I like the April more overall, at least just like with how the game plan kind of works. But Leo's tough.
I respect the change. I just don't know if it's paying off.
Yeah. All right. A little bit of signs of life here, but need a way to get that last stock off. Not going to find it, though, in Dimension. Taking it 3-1 over Max Ketchum.
Everyone forgets about that down tilt.
It's good. It's really, really good.
It's fast. You don't need to be right at the ledge to do it.
If you're fighting a character that doesn't have a super gigantic like hitbox coming up, like just do it. It's wider than 2 Oblinas.
To be fair, a lot of things are wider than Oblina.
Yeah.
Just a stick. All right, we got those instant replays. Just showcasing some of the pretty cool tech. That was, I remember, that was so
that's
shocking.
such a cool part.
Yep. Just really got caught in the moment. Both of them went for the down air, and, you know, Leo where Dimension won out.
And the time, like the way that Dimension won that too is like that was after Max took game 1 and before Dimension took 3 in a row. Like that is a great starter to kind of like opening up your opponent, getting that momentum shift. Like the mental game behind that too is huge.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Like we've been saying, there is so much Smash. We got Melee, we got Ult.
Yes.
We've got Nick, All-Star Brawl. We're going to be coming right back at you. We're going to be taking a very quick break. Go make that popcorn. Get ready. Get all the multi-Twitch up. Go grab your mate. Go
bring all your friends in here. Make it a party. We're going to watch all together and have a lot of fun watching more Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl coming up in just a moment.